folks over here. We want you loud and proud tonight. Let's try it again. Hey, Watertown! All righty, welcome to Toyota Field. Through the New York Field of Dreams. Wazoo, you got everybody warmed up for me? All right, so we're ready to play some baseball, huh? Okay, so first of all, want to say thank you and welcome to Advanced Business Systems and Madison Property Management for coming out tonight. We appreciate all of our sponsors being here and Toyota for helping provide the 400 free photos that we've got for you out at the front. If you want to grab one, if you didn't get one, make sure you get one. After the game, the players are going to stick around, and you can get all of their autographs tonight, so make sure you get that. We're going to have a lot of fun. We've got all kinds of great games going on. But first, we've got some first pitches that we want to do. We're going to start it off with a young man, Jacob Dufresne from Advanced Business Systems. His catcher is going to be number 14, Sean Decker Jacobin. So, what do you think, boss? Think you can get it in there? All right, where do you want to pitch from here, Buck? Does this look like a good distance? Oh, I think you can hit that. Let us use that one. All right, no pressure, Micah.
Back up, Micah.
Yes, there we go. Strike. What do you think, sir? How was that?
That was fantastic.
All right, we think so too. Let's hear it for Isaac and Micah Madison with our first pitches tonight. And for Brett Myers and Coach Mooney. All right, we're going to send it up to the guy in the sky, Connor Malone, to introduce the Oneonta Outlaws.
And now, the starting lineup for the visiting Oneonta Outlaws. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Leary. Hitting second baseman, number 14, Brody Rowley. Hitting third, the third baseman, number 20, Connor Roach. Hitting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 13, Jack Popko. Hitting fifth, the catcher, number 9, Anthony Barone. In the sixth spot, the first baseman, number 35, Eric Smith. Hitting seventh, tonight's Tully strikeout batter of the game, center fielder, number 32, Jacob Piperchich. Hitting eighth, the right fielder, number 1, Owen Burnsworth. And hitting ninth, the left fielder, number 3, Miguel Rodriguez. Tonight's starting pitcher for the visiting Oneonta Outlaws, number 36, Patrick Denver.
Everybody, let's hear it for your Watertown Rapids!
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of our players from Australia, Austin McClure and Lockie Rees, would you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the Australian national anthem? Would you please remain standing for the singing of God Bless America and our national anthem performed by Lydia Shetza Benison.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white will fall. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for sharing a piece of your weekend with us today for some perfect game collegiate baseball. The Watertown Rapids, our hometown team, today is going to host the Outlaws of Oneonta. We just had our national anthem. Let me quick run through Oneonta's starting lineup before we get started. Leading off will be their shortstop, number 2, Ryan Leary. Batting second will be their second baseman, number 14, Brody Raleigh. Batting third is their third baseman, number 20, Connor Roche. Batting cleanup is their designated hitter, number 13, Jack Hopko. Catching and batting fifth is number 9, Anthony Barone. Batting 6th, first baseman number 35, Eric Smith. Batting 7th, their center fielder number 2, Jacob Piperchich. Number 8, batting 8th, number 1, their right fielder Owen Burnsworth. Batting 9th is left fielder number 3, Miguel Rodriguez. And I should also mention their starting pitcher, number 36 today, will be Patrick Dengler. On the mound for the Rapids is Jonah Shear. Big game here this afternoon. I can't overstate the importance. We've got about 6 games left in the season. These two are very tight. They play each other 3 times over the next 6 games. A little recap. We were last with you on Wednesday evening. If you were with us, the Rapids lost to Boonville. They were able to bounce back on Friday night and avenge that loss with a win, 6-4. And I should mention in that game, pitcher Austin McClure for the Rapids threw a 9-inning complete game, 9 strikeouts, no walks. Fantastic performance. So that brings us to today's matchup, and I said this is a critical game for both teams. They're still fighting for a playoff spot over these last few weeks. They're now 1.5 games out of the last playoff spot with 6 to go. They would actually jump Oneonta in the standings with a win today. They have 3 games with Oneonta this week. They have a likely shot at the playoffs if they can sweep those 3 games. So we've got our home game today. We'll be home again Tuesday against Oneonta, and then we finish the season Saturday at Oneonta. So these 3 games critical as we're battling each other for that last playoff spot. So big spot today on the mound for Shear. Shear actually knows Coach Kogut pretty well. He pitched at Beaver River under Coach Kogut. A lot of critical games. He's hoping for a good showing today in a big spot. So we're ready to go. Shortstop Ryan Leary is up to the plate, and we're going to get it underway. We are ready for some baseball. Thank you again for joining us. I'll take you along for the ride. And Shear starts out low and away for ball 1. Beautiful day here at the park. Got a nice crowd here at the Duffy Dome. Great afternoon for baseball. Swing and fouled away. The lucky fan's going to chase that one down over by the concession stand. Counts at 1-1. Another cut. That one's popped up just outside the dirt. Second baseman is under it, and he will make the play. 1 away. Second baseman Terrence Moynihan able to get over underneath that one for the first out of the game. Shear looks sharp early. And that will bring up second baseman Brody Raleigh. Shear's ready to go. He pumps that one in there for a strike. Going right after him. Shear not wasting any time. He's going to go right after these hitters, it looks like. See if there's an adjustment as the game rolls on from Oneonta. He's throwing strikes. Another cut. Shot to third. Scooped up. And shot across the diamond. And an easy play. Our third baseman, Sundar, made that one look easy. Handled the rough hop off the grass, rifled it across the first, and with that, 5 pitches, we got 2 outs.
Now batting, the third baseman for 20, Connor Roach.
That'll bring up third baseman Connor Roach. And first pitch strike. He's going to foul that one away. That one almost bounced off the concession stand. Roach quickly down 0-1. That one a little inside. 1-1. right back out to the second baseman. Hot shot, but he's able to handle it. Flicks to first, and an easy inning for Shear. He looked sharp early with a 1-2-3 start, and the Rapids will come up. Give you a little break, and we'll be right back for the bottom of the first.
That boy, Jonah. Rapids fans, thank you for coming tonight to Toyota Field at the Alex C. Duffy Fairgrounds. Toyota is a fantastic supporter of your Watertown Rapids. Toyota, let's go places. Advanced Business Systems is proud to support the Watertown Rapids again. Thank you. The crew from ABS for coming out tonight. For more than 30 years, ABS has been your local choice for copiers and printers, as well as IT services and software solutions. Advanced Business Systems, connecting you and your business technology needs since 1991. And if you're looking to hit a home run in the real estate game, no matter whether you're looking to buy or sell.
Welcome back, everybody. Let me take a chance to give you the starting lineup for our Watertown Rapids here before the bottom of the first starts. Leading off, playing center field, is number 4, Nick Lacurdo. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 7, Jax Miller. Batting third is the catcher, number 5, David McCann. Batting cleanup will be number 21, right fielder Bryce Phelps. Batting fifth, number 18, first baseman Quentin Pirelli. Batting sixth, number 23, left fielder Gaten Grandelli. Batting seventh, the man who made one of the outs in the first inning, Pranav Sundar, third baseman, number 10. Number 8 will be our extra hitter, number 13, Mike Norton. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 22, Colin Hageman. And then batting 10th, playing second base, will be number 1, Terrence Moynihan. On the mound for Oneonta will be number 36, Patrick Dengler. So quick work, the top part of that Oneonta lineup for Shear. And we'll see what Dengler can do with the Watertown lineup as they've thrown down, and we should be ready for action. Lacurdo leading off, trying to get something started here early. Watertown love nothing more than to get on the board here in the first, spot themselves to a little bit of a lead and let Shear settle in. He certainly looked sharp in the top half of the first. And Lacurdo's in the box. Dengler looks ready to go. Here we go. Aggressive on that first pitch. That's a shot to center. But he's able to get out under it, and hard, solid contact, but one pitch, one out. Lacurdo gave it a ride, but they had him play pretty well.
Now the designated hitter, number 7, Jax Miller.
All right, that'll bring up Jax Miller, a lefty, batting second, the designated hitter. And that one's high for ball 1. A lot of pop in that fastball for Dengler. He can put solid contact on it. It's going to go for right, and there's a shot. That's going to be a base hit out to right field. And just like that, a couple solid hits for the Rapids. They seem to be on that fastball from Dengler. We'll see if they can put a few hits together. So with one man on, one man out, that'll bring up David McCann, the catcher.
Number 5, David McCann.
Back-to-back lefties in the lineup. Let's see what Dengler has for him. And that one's a strike right up near the top of the zone. He's down 0-1. And the runner goes and swinging away. They had the hit and run on. And he wasn't able to put it in play. Fouled it off third base line towards the Rapids dugout. That'll send Miller back to first. And now the count sits at 0-2. A little bit of a different situation here. Let's see what Kogut calls up. Got to protect that plate now. Just look for contact. And I think he fouled that one off. He did. Ball rolls to the backstop. Count will remain 0-2. And the runner goes again, pitches inside, and he's going to get in there uncontested. Stolen base out there for Miller, and that puts him in scoring position. McCann now looking at a 1-2 count. He's got a runner out there he can bring in and get the scoring started. Let's see if he can send one the other way. Dangler now with a little something to think about with that runner out behind him. There's another ball fouled away right over the top of us. That's out in the parking lot. Still a 1-2 count. He's doing a nice job fighting him off up there until he gets one he can handle. And that one is, they tried to frame it, but that's going to be ball 2. Close one. Good eye there. 2-2, working himself back into this count. Dangler's going to have to throw one across if he wants to get him. He has not got him to chase outside the zone. And he held off of that one just chest high, but that's ball 3, and we now have a full count. Miller will get a decent lead off a second. Full count to McCann. Dangler's got the sign. And that one is ripped for a base hit out to left. They're going to send him home. Oh, he slips coming around third. They got to get him back. And I think they pegged him. They got him. He came around third. He tried to hold up, lost his footing, and down he went. He could not get back up in time. They cut the throw near third. Easy flip over to the third baseman. And that potential run just turned into our second out. Everything right there except the footing. Lost it coming around third. I'm not sure exactly what happened, if Kogut gave him the sign to come home and he changed his mind, or if he held up himself. Whatever happened, he lost his footing coming around third and couldn't get back. So we now have 2 away. That brings up Phelps. And he's swinging away, and that's a pretty decent shot out to the left, out the left field near the track, and that is put away. And just like that, the inning is over. Boy, solid contact from that Watertown lineup. Too bad they couldn't come away with a run there. Not exactly sure what happened, other than, again, the runner fell down. So after 1, we are scoreless. We're going to head to the second. We'll be back after a short break.
Dave, real quick, he's out there catching for you.
Fans, stop down to the concession stands and have a cheeseburger or a hot dog, or maybe even nachos with cheese. We have great ballpark food at great prices. We also carry wine slushies from Thousand Islands Winery with 3 different flavors. Why have just one? And make sure you stop down to the Wazoo Warehouse. Check out all the great merchandise over there. There's Watertown Rapids rally towels. And a reminder that all items in the Wazoo Warehouse are buy one, get the second 50% off.
To the top of the second inning, Oneonta is going to send up their 4, 5, 6 hitters. The DH Hopko, their catcher Barone, and their first baseman Smith. While we get ready for that, a couple more warm-up pitches for Shear. I want to send a quick message from one of our sponsors, the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, and their Pivot program. Really just a reminder, an 8th grader from the Youth Alliance would like to remind you to make safe choices while doing activities this summer. Always have that in mind. Make good choices. You don't get a second chance on some of those. All right, sure looks sharp in that first inning. Let's see if he can keep it going. A couple of grounders to the infield. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the designated hitter, Jack Hopko, number 13, batting from the left side of the plate. Shear's ready to go. Here we go with the second inning. And that's ripped just over the glove of the first baseman out into the corner. He might try to stretch this to 2. He is going for 2. Here comes the throw, and he's in there standing up with a leadoff double for Hopko. He was all over that pitch. First baseman Pirelli jumped just out of his outstretched arms, and that one was shot up the right field line. Nice piece of hitting there. That'll bring up the catcher, number 9, Anthony Barone, with a runner in scoring position. This is quite a turn of events here. Watertown had what we looked to have a run on the board. That went awry, and now Oneonta in a position to take the lead. And I mentioned that adjustment earlier. I think Oneonta has quickly realized that Shear's out there to throw strikes. So they're up right out of the gate looking to swing. So we got an 0-1 count. Shear and Barone with a runner on second. That one just, they're going to call that a strike. I don't think Barone liked it. That was at best, the bottom half of the zone, but quickly 0-2. Shear is definitely dealing. Just gets a piece of that, follows it straight back. Still 0-2. It's a small lead off of second base there for Hopko. He's going to let his batters do the work. And that one is shot up the middle. That one's out in. Right fielder comes over, but they're going to send it in, and he's going to score easily. And just like that, Oneonta on top, 1-0. Base hit for Barone. And that spots Oneonta to a 1-0 lead. Just a couple of well-placed balls there. Just the double just out of the outstretched arms, and then that single out into right center. That'll bring up the first baseman, Eric Smith, number 35, trying to keep this little rally going for Oneonta as they've spotted themselves a 1-0 lead. And that one is high for ball 1. That one also ball, 2-0. Shear trying to stretch that zone out a little bit without much luck. He's going to have to throw it over the plate. Smith digs in, ahead 2-0. And that one's a strike. 2-1. Shear working his way back into the count. Barone not getting too far off of first base. And that one's inside, and now 3-1. Watertown yet to record an out here in the second inning. Certainly don't want to let this turn into a rally and put up several runs. They do not want to get in a deep hole. And that one a shot just outside the shortstop between short and third. And another single. 3 straight hits to start the second inning for Oneonta. They now have first and second, nobody out. Already 1 run across. That will bring up their 7-hitter, center fielder, number 32, Piperchich. Looks like at least going to bring the first baseman in tight. Maybe that third baseman as well. Bring in the corners, see if they can. Shot in the middle, hopefully turn 2 on the corners, and they are waiting for that bunt. Going to try to get the lead runner at third, and they did. He got the bunt down, but Shear fielding his position very well. Well played. I'm not sure if the runner at second wasn't expecting that. He didn't look like he had a great jump. Regardless, the bunt attempt, a successful bunt, but not a successful sacrifice. They actually get the lead runner at third easily. And now 1 out as their right fielder, Burnsworth, comes to the plate. It's a big play early in the game. Get that lead runner, get that first out. Now the opportunity to turn two and get out of this inning without any more damage. Ooh, low and inside. He gets out of the way, but that's 1-0 count. Shear working a little harder here than he had to in the first. A little more solid contact. Those Oneonta hitters have come out aggressive here to start the second. And that one also low. Shear again behind 2-0. Burnsworth has worked himself into a good hitter's count here, 2-0. Probably going to have to go after him. And that one's to first. He's going to get the runner at second, back to first, and they pull off the double play. That was outstanding defense. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do. They got in the right places, accurate throws, and with that they turn two and get out of the inning. Oneonta plates one. At the end of 1.5, Oneonta leads the Rapids 1-0. We'll be back just after a short break.
All right, fans, it's time for the Great Booty Race, sponsored by Otter Creek Winery and Old McDonald's Farm. Our contestants are coming out onto the field. They're going to run from third base to first base. The winner is going to get a Watertown Rapids t-shirt. So, fans, we're going to need you to cheer these kids out. It's hot out here. It's going to be a lot running in those costumes. So we want to hear you cheering them on tonight. Are you ready over there? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Here they come around the bend. It's mustard out. Mustard, maple syrup, cheeseburger, hamburger, helper in the milk. Okay, unexpected. They're going to run the whole field. Sometimes that happens. Sorry about that. All right, thanks, sir. We still have mustard waiting. For our contestants, fans.
We did everything possible. Besides get it down. We struck out after we didn't get it down. We got the side across the double play. We got a hit after we didn't get it. It's so many things.
Welcome back, everybody, as we come to the bottom of the second. Watertown going to try to put some hits together, see if they can get themselves another scoring opportunity. Before we get to our hitters, let me quickly mention for anybody that might be listening that's here at the game, or if you happen to be listening and know somebody that's at the game, anybody that comes up to the booth here just outside of third base, right behind the Rapids dugout, I will give you a card for some free wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. Looks like 6 free wings with a $10 purchase. Best kind of wings are free wings, so if you know somebody that's here, or if you happen to be here, stop up by the booth. I would love to give some of these out. All right, we are heading to the bottom of the second. Watertown will send up their 5, 6, 7 hitters. That'll be first baseman Quentin Pirelli, followed by left fielder Gaten Grandelli, and then third baseman Pranav Sundar. And pumping in a strike. Strike one to start the second inning for Dengler. That one close, but they're going to call that in the top half of the zone for strike two. And very quickly, Pirelli is down 0-2. Going to have to be a little more protective of that strike zone. And he protected it. He's got one close to the line out here in left. But he's going to haul that one in for the first out. Pretty good contact, just got under it a little bit. Right fielder Burnsworth's been pretty busy out there to start the game. A lot of action. With one away, that'll bring up Grandelli, the left fielder. Man, he's swinging away right off the bat. Threw one right down the heart of the plate. He just got underneath it. Just fouled it straight back. Counts 0-1. Oh, good cut. Looks like he took a little off of that one, and he was out ahead of it. Quickly 0-2. Dengler has settled in after a couple rips of solid contact in that first inning. Seems to be mixing up his pitches a little bit here in the second. Got the hitters a little bit more off balance. And just missed low, and that's going to be 1-2. Good eye there. Tough one to take close to the zone. And here comes the 1-2 offering from Dengler. Tried to take a little off it, and that was high and outside. Now 2-2. Evens up the count. And he's out ahead of it, but he's able to foul it off. He comes with that off-speed stuff, and they are getting the timing down a little bit better. But boy, he's got quite a variance between that fastball and when he goes with the off-speed stuff, and that's tough for the hitters to handle if they don't recognize it before it's on top of them. So still 2-2 as he gets back in the box. And fouls another one away. He's fighting him off up there. Grandelli, nice at bat here. Still at 2-2. Hoping to pay it off. He can get one he can handle. That one's high, and he's worked the count full. Nice at bat here for Grandelli. Let's see if he gets one he can send the other way. Get something started here for the Rapids. 3-2, one away here in the bottom of the second. And fouls another one back. That one somewhere out in the parking area. Dengler's got a new baseball. And Grandelli's going to settle back in. Another 3-2 offering. And that's ripped the first. Oh, takes a rough hop and off the glove of the first baseman. And he's going to try to stretch this into 2. And he does. The right fielder couldn't handle it. And good hustle there. Turns what could have been a ground out into a two-baser, and we now have a runner in scoring position. Good hustle there. He never slowed down, coming around first. He saw the right fielder was bobbling a little bit, and he never broke stride, right straight into second. And there we go. We've got a scoring opportunity, and that brings up Sundar, the third baseman. A lot of things could happen here. Sundar is a power guy. Has had a lot of big hits this year. If I'm not mistaken, he had a late inning, maybe 8th inning, 3-run home run against Oneonta earlier this season in a big win. So let's see. He's in a good spot here to get Watertown right back in this. And he takes that one for ball 1. Digs himself back in the box. Sizable lead off of second base. Dengler gives him a look. Looks like he's going to offer up the pitch. And that one's a strike. 1-1. That is a shot, but that's going to be foul, but he gave that one a ride. That was good contact. So here we are again, 1-2. Sundar looking to put something in play, and he follows one straight back. Good little battle going on here. And Dingler, interesting couple innings here. Had some solid contact that first inning, caught a break as the runner fell down. He was able to get out of the inning. This inning, a little different in that a lot of high pitch counts here early on. And that one's high for 2-2. Dingler ready, Sundar ready. Here we go, 2-2. Again, good contact. That one's over into the corner, and he runs under it. A lot of action to left field early on. Sundar gave that one a ride out near the warning track, but ultimately out number 2, and our runner remains at second base. And that's going to bring up the extra hitter, Mike Norton, with 2 away. Love to see Watertown see if they can get one across here. Norton steps in from the left side of the plate. Dingler ready to go. That one's high for ball 1. I think they might have called him for a balk. And they did, and that'll move the runner to third. I think Dingler would like an explanation. Runner now at third, still 2 outs. Still going to need to put something in play safely to get that run across, unless we can get a pass ball. And that one's popped up. Catcher doesn't see it. Third baseman's trying to make a play over by the dugout, and he does. And that's going to end the inning. Gotta say, very nice play by the third baseman. Number 20, Roche, came way over right to the edge of the dugout. He almost looked like he glanced in the dugout first, make sure where he was, reached up and made the out. And that's going to bring the second inning to a close. 1-0 Oneonta. We'll be back very shortly.
Fans, open your programs and check to see if you have the Drive America Lucky Program of the night. It's signed by number 23, Gaten Grandelli on the Drive America. Pay, bring it to the merchandise store to receive a free New York State inspection for your vehicle, courtesy of Drive America. And a reminder that Outlaws center fielder number 32, Jacob Pipersich, is the Tully strikeout veteran of the game. If he strikes out, you win. Reduce our beer price to $3 and the wine session price to $4 for the rest of the inning. Jacob Piperson strikes out courtesy of Tully's Restaurant. Now batting, the left fielder number 3, Miguel Rodriguez.
Welcome back, everybody, as we go to the third inning. Oneonta going to turn their lineup over here. We're going to start with the number 9 hitter, left fielder Miguel Rodriguez. He settles in, Shear ready to go. We're ready to start the third. With an off-speed offering, but a little high, 1-0. And now 2-0. Shear, I think, landed awkwardly when he planted there. I don't think he's happy with the way the mound was set up. Hopefully just uncomfortable, didn't tweak anything. Didn't look like he landed smoothly. So he finds himself behind 2-0 here on the leadoff hitter in the third inning, Rodriguez at the plate. And that one's a strike at the bottom half of the zone. Makes it 2-1. And throws that one right by him, and now back to 2-2. Nice pitch there from Shear. And that one's high, and they've worked the count full. 3-2. And that's going to be a leadoff walk. Rodriguez will take first on the free pass. And that's going to turn the lineup over to the shortstop, Ryan Leary, the leadoff hitter. You may have noticed when I read off the starting lineup, Oneonta choosing not to go with the extra hitter, so they will only bat 9. And here comes Leary with 1 on, nobody out. Quick move over to first for Shear to keep him honest. And that one's popped straight up. Let's see if the catcher can get under it. It's over near the service area, and I'm not sure if the wind took that, but he was unable to get it. He's right on the line of the sun and the shade over there. I'm not sure if that played a factor. Going to be a high, loud strike for an 0-1 count. Might have lost his footing when he got off the grass over there. 0-1 to Leary. Oneonta leading 1-0. Top of the third. Oh, and that caught him on the arm. And without a base hit, Oneonta now with 2 on and nobody out. We got a walk and a hit by pitch. And I think Koget's going to go out and have a talk with Shear. As I mentioned earlier, they know each other pretty well. Just have a little conversation, calm him down a little bit. And wonder what the conversation is out there. Obviously, he's going to want to talk to Shear and give him a chance to take a breath, settle down a little bit. We got the whole infield out there. Koget seems to be talking to all of them. I think he's telling them, play sound defense. You guys know what to do. Have a plan for the ball if it comes your way. They made an excellent double play to end the second inning. People out of their normal positions, but covering where they're supposed to be. Just good fundamental baseball. So probably just a reminder from Koget as the ump tells him how to cut it short. So here we go. Shear's ready to get back to action. A little support from his infield. A couple more words of advice from the catcher, and we're ready to get back to action. 2 on, nobody out. Shear put himself in a little bit of a hole here, a walk and a hit by pitch. And that brings up second baseman Brody Raleigh with 2 on, nobody out. Early opportunity to extend that lead here for Oneonta. swinging away, and that one's fouled off towards the Rapids dugout. Shear ahead in the count, 0-1. And that one's short and in the dirt. Bounced just ahead of the plate. Brings the count to 1-1. Raleigh grounded out to third his first time up. So I'm sure Sundar is aware of that, and he's ready at third base. And he pumps that one in there for a strike. Now 1-2. Big spot here for Shear if he can get that strikeout, get that first out of the inning. Totally changes the look for Oneonta. Right here in the heart of their lineup. 2-3-4 coming up. 2 on, nobody out. And he's way out ahead of it. He'll sit him down with a strikeout. Nice off-speed offering from Shear. And that's going to be the first out of the inning as they sit Raleigh down. And that'll bring up third baseman Connor Roche. 1 out, 2 on. First time up, he grounded to second base. Obviously looking to do a little more with this one. So thus far, it looks like that visit from Kogut successful. Let's see if Shear can keep going to get out of this inning. That is a shot to center, but right at him, and he's going to come in and make the play. Well done. Center fielder Lacurdo had him played perfectly. He took about 3 steps forward and the ball was in his glove. Well struck, but right at the defense. And very quickly now, 2 away. Still those same 2 runners on. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Hopko. So the DH certainly not out of the woods yet for Shear, but he's in a much better position than he was a few pitches ago. Now with 2 outs. And facing the lefty. Just a bit outside for ball 1. That one in a much better spot. 1-1. Good pitch from Shear. In the set, checks the runner at second and the offering, and he's out ahead of it, and that one fouled off the railing of the dugout over there on Oneonta's side of the field. Now 1-2. Shear's got his opportunity to get out of this inning. Started out tough, a couple of free passes, and now a 1-2 count. A lot of options here. See if he decides to play around the strike zone or if he decides to go right after him. And that one's grounded to short. Oh, and it's fumbled there. The shortstop unable to come up with it. He knocked it down enough so that the run couldn't score. But they're going to give Oneonta another shot to score here. That could have been out number 3. Shortstop Hageman just unable to come up with the ball. I think he was looking to throw maybe before he had it. But regardless, able to knock it down so the run did not score. We now have the bases loaded for the catcher, Barone. Oneonta sitting on that 1 run, and it was Barone who knocked that run in. Now sitting out there with the bases loaded. Chance to pad his stats while padding the lead for Oneonta. Let's see if Shear's got a plan to get him out. And catches that bottom half of the zone again. And Barone didn't like the call, but he's down 0-1. And that's popped up. Is he going to be able to come in and make the play? And he does. The right fielder settles under it. And Shearer able to get out of trouble. Really had 3 runners there on a walk, a hit by pitch, and an error, but does not allow a run. As we head to the bottom of the third, Watertown still trailing 1-0. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back, everybody. We head to the bottom of the third. Watertown going to send up their 9, 10, and 1 hitters, Hageman, Moynihan, and then back to the top of the order with Lacurto. Let me send out a quick note from the Youth Alliance. An 11th grader from the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County reminds us a very simple but powerful statement. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. It goes back to that decision making. You know, we're all put in positions where we're going to make choices. Try to make the right choice. It's not always the easiest choice, but you're always going to be better off if you make the right choice. And before the first batter comes up, I'm watching a lady right here in front of me munching on some chicken tenders. Reminds me about those chicken wings. I've had no takers on the free chicken wings. If you are at the game or know somebody that's at the game, send them my way. I got some free wings here, a certificate for free wings that I would love to give away, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. And we're ready to start. Dingler's ready to toss. Hageman's settling into the box. So here we go in the third inning. Watertown still trailing 1-0. They've had a couple opportunities. Runners in scoring position each of the first 2 innings, but unable to play to run yet. And late cut on that first one. I think he was expecting something different. And the heat was by him as he started his swing. He's down 0-1. And that one's high, 1-1. And he laid off that one, but they called it a strike. Generous strike zone there, but that's going to make the count 1-2. Makes the job a little harder for Hageman. He's got to protect that plate here now. 2-strike count, looking to get something started. And he puts that one up the middle, and it was knocked down, but unable to make the play at shortstop. And we've got the lead runner on base. And that's going to bring up the 10-hole hitter, Terrence Moynihan, second baseman.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 1, Terrence Moynihan.
Moynihan looking to keep the train moving here. Got one on. Each guy does his job. We can start plating some runs here, get things going. And he squares the bunt. Oh, and they're going to try to pick him back off at first, and he's able to get back. Nice gun from the catcher there. They had a play. He was able to slide in under the tag. So Kogut had called the bunt on that first pitch. And squaring around has put Moynihan in an 0-1 hole. Let's see what the call is here. And the runner's going. And he is... And they're going to call him out. Just got the tag on him. Very close play, bang, bang, but looked like he had a pretty good look at it. Must have put the tag on him before that foot got in there. So now with one out, Moynihan settles in with a 1-1 count. Don't expect he'll be bunting now. He'll be swinging away. Ball's outside, 2-1. Watertown seems to be snake bit a little bit here early on. Had that potential run in the first inning. Had some traffic on the bases, and just the calls are not working out for them early on. They're doing what they can. They're being aggressive. Got to figure sooner or later things are going to start to click. Very early in the game, first third. Got a 3-1 count on their 10-hitter, Moynihan. And he takes that one for strike 2. Full count. Dingler seems to be working that outer half of the plate with some success. He's had several called strikes out there in that outer half. That one outside the outer half, and with that we've got another runner. As we go to the top of the order, Lacurdo coming up. He popped out to center his first time up. Lacurdo usually makes pretty good contact, so let's see if we can get something going here. I don't know if Kogut will send the runner. Gets a good lead. That one's low and away for ball 1. Big lead off of first, and ball 2. Not sure if this is by design. Dingler's been kind of working around the zone. He's been working the outside and the lower half. Not getting those low calls. He's certainly getting the ones on the outside of the plate. And there goes the runner again, and this time unable to make a throw, and we got a stolen base. Credit to the Rapids. They are not going to change their philosophy. They think they can run today, and they're going to keep doing it. That gets them a runner in scoring position as we are sitting at the top of the order. Lacurdo with a chance to get something moving. And he lays off of that one, and he's up 3-1. Certainly a hitter's count here. I think, just a guess, I think somebody may have missed a sign there. Kogut looks a little frustrated. And that one is popped up in the infield if they can find it. And the first baseman settles under it behind the mound for the second out. And that's going to bring up Jax Miller, the DH, with 2A. He singled his first time up. Same result here. It could bring across the run. Let's see what happens. Jax Miller with 2 away, settles in from the right half of the left side of the plate. Ooh, tried to check up, but it caught his bat on the way by. Fouls it straight back for strike 1. Moynihan out there on second, bouncing around on that lead once he goes into the windup. And that one, I think it got him on the bounce. We got a pass ball. He rounds third. He was a third of the way to home there. A lot of chatter going on there around third base. I can't quite catch what's going on, but pretty steady conversation out here. Of course, Kogut's been talking up the third baseman since the first pitch of the game. They're still chatting it up. Moynihan to third. Great opportunity here with 2 out for Miller to plate Watertown's first run and even up the score. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And that one is popped up. Looks like it's going to be out of play. Yep, that's out near the Watertown bullpen. And now a 1-2 count. Even behind the count, I wouldn't count Miller out. He's you can depend on him usually to have a pretty good at bat, protect that plate. So Dingler's ahead in the count. Took some off of that one. Miller was ahead of it, was able to follow it off. Still 1-2. Moynihan taking a huge lead after the pitch. I'm not sure they're quick enough to toss back and throw behind him, but he takes a very nice lead. Another off-speed pitch, and that's going to make it 2-2. Watertown doing everything they can to put pressure on Dingler in this Oneonta defense. So far, they've been up to the task. And he lays off that one high, 3-2. We got a little going through the mind of Dingler here. He doesn't want to give in, but at the same token, first base is open. A walk does not hurt him as much as potentially throwing one down the pipe and letting Miller take a rip at it. Let's see. And he threw it right by him for strike 3. Oof. Miller didn't like the call, but regardless, the call stands. That's strike 3. We're going to head to the 4th inning. Oneonta still with a 1-0 lead.
Watertown Rapids would encourage you to consider Watertown International Airport for your travel needs. American Airlines flies in and out of Watertown daily, connecting you to their hub in Philadelphia. From there, you can connect to anywhere in the world. Free parking and short lines make Watertown International the preferred airport for the Watertown Rapids. And fans, it's time to get your programs out again. If it's autographed by head coach Mike Hogan, won a great prize package courtesy of our friends at Advanced Business Systems. The package contains a Bluetooth speaker, portable power pack, a sweatshirt, and some other items. Again, if your program is signed by head coach Mike Kogut, you've won a great prize package from Advanced Business Systems. Go to the Wazoo warehouse, and they'll tell you how and where to pick up your prize.
And welcome back as we head to the top of the 4th. Bottom half of the lineup here for Oneonta as they're going to send up Smith, Pipersic, and Burnsworth. First baseman, center fielder, and right fielder. Still nursing that 1-0 lead. Obviously, they'd like to put more on the board. Shear's been in pretty good command. Got in a little trouble in that 2nd inning. Then gifted a couple of runners in the 3rd inning. Was able to work out of trouble. Starts out with a strike. He's ahead 0-1. If you remember, Smith singled his first time up. He lays off of that one for 1-1. Sorry, we got one away. I lost focus there as the candy lady just came along and handed us some candy. We have now one away. Center fielder Pipersic comes to the plate. One away here in the top of the 4th. And that one low and away for 1-0. Shear seems to have fixed whatever he was unhappy with on the mound. Able to plant and land now smoother and more comfortable. And nice pitch there. Throws it right by him for strike one. 1-1. Piper Chits tried to sacrifice his first time up. If you remember, that's when they got the lead runner at third. A decent bunt, but better defense. Two and one count. Nobody on here in the top of the fourth. And there's strike two. Nice pitch. Oh, he laid off it. Not sure if that fouled off the base of the bat. Still count at 2-2. And Shear ready to go. Floated that one in. No good. Full count. 3-2. And he threw it by him. He was looking. Caught watching strike three as it went by. Nice pitch for Shear. And that will be out number two. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was our strikeout player of the game. Which means discount beverages for the rest of the inning. For anybody that's here, they're going to have to hustle because we got two away. A little off-speed offering from Shear. Ball one to Burnsworth, the right fielder. And then throws one by him. He's obviously moving the speeds. Fastball, off speed, curveballs. He's really mixing up his pitch as well. Catcher behind the plate calling a great game so far. And another off speed. He was out ahead of that one, and now he's down 1-2. Shear doing a much better job this inning keeping the hitters off balance. They're not sure what's coming, and at-bats certainly look a lot less comfortable than they did early in the game. And then brings the heat, but it's high and a little tight. 2-2. Both teams with 3 hits early on. Oneonta able to push across the only run of the game. And Shear with the off speed, no good. Now 3-2. Probably gonna have to throw something for a strike here. I don't know that he will get Burnsworth the chase, but we'll see. 3-2, 2 away. Midway, almost midway through the fourth inning. And he finally gets a bat on it, scooped up at second base, and they make the out, and that's the end of the inning. A nice inning from Shear. 1-2-3 as he did in the first. Had a couple little trouble there in the second and third, but things back looking good in the fourth. We'll be back quick after a short break.
All right, fans, it's time for musical tunes. Let's move them a little bit closer together, boss. Okay, it's time for musical tunes. This is sponsored by Locust Hill Dairy Farm and Great Lakes Cheese. The way this works, it's just like musical chairs. Kids, you're going to rotate that way when the music plays. When the music stops, the first 3 butts in are safe. The last butt, you're out. Okay? The winner gets a t-shirt. We all go get something to drink at the concession stand afterwards. Everybody ready? You ready? Okay, here we go. Music, please.
Music, please.
And music, please. There we go. Okay, rotate around, okay? Here we go. Cheer out, man. You know the song. Clap along. Oh, there's the... Oh, sorry, Bob, but I think he got you just by a hair. Okay, let's grab one of those tubes out. get right behind him again, Dave. Here we go. You're right. You okay, bud? All right, you ready? Music. Here we go. Oh! Oh! She got you, bud. She got you. Good try, though. All right, take 1-2 though. We've got our final two contestants. Here we go, Dave. Are you ready? Here we go. Music. Oh, he got you. Sorry. Sorry, lady. All right, let's hear it for our contestants.
Welcome back, everybody. As we head to the bottom half of the fourth, Watertown still trailing 1-0. They're going to send up really the meat of their order. 3-4-5. McCann, the catcher, followed by right fielder Phelps, and then first baseman Pirelli. Again, Watertown, I think they've had traffic every inning, just unable to get anybody that last 90 feet to home. So we'll start it out with catcher McCann. He's called a good game behind the plate. He and Shear making a nice battery. Gonna need something here at the plate. Cut at strike one, lower outside part of the plate. That one is outside for ball one. 1-1. And that one's going to be called strike two. Now got to do a better job protecting the plate, and he's able to ground one towards second base. Slow roller. It's going to be a close play, and he throws it away. And that one is rolling up along over by the patio area with the all-you-can-eat section, and he's going to end up at second base. Break there for Watertown. Time out on the field so he gets rid of his glove and his shin guard. And that's going to bring up Phelps with nobody out and a runner already in scoring possession thanks to the error. Phelps popped out to left field this first time up, hoping for a little more success here. As one more time, Watertown traffic on the bases early on. See if they can push one across. That one's low, ball one. Dingler gets the sign, and then he'll go into the stands to check out the runner at second. Nobody covering, so he's going to offer, and that one is ripped to third. They might double, and they doubled him off. Wow. Once again, Watertown snake bit. Hot shot, great play at third. He turned around, and the runner was frozen between second and third. Literally frozen. I think he expected the rest was like that to go down the line, and before he knew it, the ball was behind him at second base. He never even got a chance to take a step back. So Watertown suddenly now with two out and nobody on after a hard hit ball. Great play at third base. And that'll bring up Pirelli, first baseman. Wow. Tough break there. Hot shot right down the third baseline. Third baseman made a great play to jump up and catch it. Aware enough to turn around and throw behind the runner for the double play. And there's a strike. Counts 1-1. And that's a pretty good shot out in left center. And left fielder takes it. And that's going to end the inning. At the end of 4, Oneonta leads 1-0. We'll take a break and be right back. Welcome back as we head to the top of the 5th. Really quick moving game here. Let me just send a message out from our friends at the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County. An 11th grader from the Youth Alliance reminds you this summer, if they're really your friends, they won't care if you choose not to use substances. All right, here we go. The 8th spot in the order, Burnsworth, the right fielder, takes strike 1. Nice pitch. He hit into a double play his first time up. Sheer ready to go, not wasting any time. That one's inside, counts 1-1. That one he pumps right down the middle for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sheer really fills up that strike zone. He'll play around outside the zone trying to get him to chase, but he is pretty consistently in the zone. That one looks like it's going to fly foul outside the first baseline. Still 1-2. Out ahead of that one, I don't think the first baseman can get to it. That's just over the screen into the stands. Fouls another one away. Still 1-2. Burnsworth digs in. Behind 1-2. Let's see what Shear's got in mind for him here. High heat. And 2-2. Inside for 3-2. Nice sized crowd here today at the Duffy Dome. People enjoying the weather and the food and most definitely the baseball. We got a good game on our hands here. 1-0, middle of the 5th, top half of the 5th. And another free pass from Shear, unfortunately. Tried to get him to chase, and good eye kept his bat in his hand, and he's on first. Leadoff man on with a walk for the 2nd straight inning. And we'll go to the 10 hitter, Miguel Rodriguez, a left fielder. He's been busy out there on defense.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Leary.
Actually, Leary at the plate, shortstop at the top of the order. Pickoff move from Shear. Runner able to get back. And keep him honest out there. Cutting away, fouled away down third baseline. Sundar was there, but the ball was well inside the bag. 1-1. Nice off-speed pitch in there for a strike. That'll make it 1-2. And that'll be 2-2. That one low and inside. And that one also low, 3-2. I will say we got a little action in both bullpens. Guys up throwing. I don't know if anybody's really been in any trouble. Just in case something happens, we got a low scoring game here, so not a lot of room for mistakes. Either one of these pitchers get in trouble, they could be coming out. That one also fouled off down the third base line. Still 3-2. We'll try it again with a full count. And another free pass, much like the last 2 innings ago. Shear, 2 free passes to start the inning, putting himself in a bind. Now he's going to have to find a way to dig out of it. 2 on, nobody out. Watertown, again, had some traffic on the base paths. They've kind of been snake bit, unable to get anybody across. If that's going to continue, they cannot afford to fall any further behind. That's going to bring up the 2-hole hitter, Brody Raleigh, the second baseman. And he squares to bunt, and this one's a good one. I don't know if they've got to play anywhere. And that one much better executed than the first one. A little deeper up the line. Nobody had a play. Sundar had to come in to try to field it. Shear too far to go to make a play. And we now have the bases loaded for Connor Roche. Shout out to him on defense. He's played a great game at third. He made a great catch to end an inning over by the dugout. And then a hot shot in that last inning that he made. Not only made a great jumping play to make the catch, but also doubled the runner off a second. So he's had a great day in the field. Now a chance to really make a difference at the plate, as Oneonta has the bases loaded and nobody out. Good stop behind the plate. Ball 1. No room for error here for Shear. There's no place to put him, and Koget's going to go out and have a conversation. I know we're only halfway through as we're in the early part of the 5th inning, but with the way this game has gone, with just that 1 run across, this is absolutely a big spot for the Rapids. Got to find a way to get out of here with little or preferably no more damage. That was a quick visit to the mound from Koget. Whatever he wanted to say, he said it quickly and found his way back to the dugout. Shear behind 1-0. And arguably the defensive star so far for the Outlaws, Connor Roche at the plate. Big spot, big at bat. And Shear got him out ahead of it. Took a little off it. Looked like he was bringing the heat. Took some off it. Roche way out ahead, fouled it back. 1-1. And that one is a shot deep to right field, up on the track, makes the catch, but all three runners are tagging, and they've got one pegged. Now they've got to be careful here. And they double him off for two, and the runner's still sitting here outside of third. So as much as we don't want to give up a run, that's a pretty productive 2 outs. We went from bases loaded, nobody out, to 1 run in, and now just a man on third with 2 outs. I like the aggressive base running out of Oneonta. I'm not sure about that guy tagging from first when the ball's out in right field. That play is right in front of him. They had him dead to rights. He was only halfway when the ball got there. Watertown doing a nice job making sure the runner from third didn't score. And that brings up the DH, Jack Hopko, now with 2 outs, only 1 run across. Watertown would really like to get out of the inning without scoring that next run. Let's see if they can keep him at third. And we've got a pass ball, and just like that, that extra run scores. Shear threw a 58-footer there, and the catcher couldn't come up with it. Well, the good news is the bases are empty. Bad news now, Oneonta leads 3-0, 2 outs. Hopko digs back in. Healthy cut. Strike 1. 1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Oneonta has stretched their lead to 3-0. That one low as well. I don't know if Shear maybe is overthrowing. I don't think he's tired. Generally when pitchers get tired they tend to throw high. His last few pitches have been low in the zone. I think he's just trying to overthrow it. Probably frustrated with the way this inning has gone. Regardless, he's now behind 3-1 in the count. Those free passes, those 2 walks to start the inning, both of those runners scored. And there's another free pass. It's amazing in baseball how often you see that at every level. A leadoff walk, the amount of times that run comes across to score, it's scary. 2 outs, runner on first, and that will bring up the catcher, Anthony Barone. He had a single in the first and an RBI, and popped up to right his second time up. Shear throws one right by him. Strike 1. Let's see if Shear can settle down and throw strikes. The walks have been his issue so far. Another nice pitch. Pop on that one. Strike 2. Going right after the hitters. There is no defense for a free pass. You hand somebody first base. Not that they don't earn it, but you'd rather make them earn it with the stick. The runner's going. They're going to throw down, and nobody's covering, and that ball's out in center field. The catcher realized he was stealing. The middle infielders apparently did not. He let the ball go, and there was nobody there. Ball was right on the bag. Unfortunately, nobody there to receive it. So just like that, that free pass now stands on third base. Shear's still in a good spot. If he can settle down and find one more strike here, he's out of this inning. Just ignore that runner and get your hitter. And the catcher is walking off. Thought he had strike 3, but the umpire disagrees. And it's his opinion that matters. We're now 2-2. Can't blame him there. They have gotten that call consistently all day, but they didn't get it there. 2-2. And a pop-up. This should end the inning. Right to first base. And he's under it, and that will be the third out. But Watertown gives up 2 more on the first the sac fly and then the pass ball. 3-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back very shortly.
Fans, if you're looking for insurance and don't know where to go, Laura Whitney at State Farm Insurance is right across Coffeen Street from Toyota Field, and she's been there for almost 40 years. Laura and her fantastic staff can help you with home, auto, motorcycle, boat, renter's, life, and business insurance, all under one roof. With Laura Whitney, you'll feel the difference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Rapids would again like to thank Advanced Business Systems. For more than 30 years, ABS has been your local choice for copiers and printers, as well as IT services and software solutions. Advanced Business Systems, connecting you and your business technology needs since 1991. And your friends at Seacom Credit Union are proud to sponsor the Watertown Rapids. Stop into their beautiful new branch office on Route 3 across from the Town Center to join their winning team. Learn more and sign up online at seacom.org.
Hey there, Rapids fans. Since you've all been such a great audience tonight, anybody that wants a wine slushy that's of age, they are now $2 off the rest of the night. Wine slushies are $2 off the rest of the night. Did you guys try to show
Welcome back, everybody, as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Watertown, after the success for Oneonta in the top of the fifth, now trails 3-0. Quick reminder from the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County. An 8th grader from the Youth Alliance reminds you, choose safe activities this summer and avoid substances like marijuana and alcohol that can cloud your judgment. Excellent advice from a young 8th grader in the area. Dingler out on the mound, looking to continue a strong showing. He's thrown 4 shutout innings, given up some traffic, but able to limit the damage, really no damage. Some of that is mistakes from Watertown. Some of that's been good pitching, and some's been good defense. A little bit of everything from Oneonta. They played a good all-around game. You feel like Watertown should be able to get something going. They've had some success at the plate. They just can't string those hits together yet. So this inning, we're going to start the 6, 7, 8. We got our left fielder Grandelli, followed by third baseman Sundar, and then the extra hitter Norton. Looking to get something started here. Watertown got to be frustrated. Again, they've had some luck at the plate, but just can't piece them together. And he's squaring to bunt to start. Ooh, and that one caught the catcher in an unhappy spot. He's going to be feeling that one for a minute. I think the trainer's going to head out. I'm not sure there's a lot he can do for him other than give him a chance to breathe a little bit. We'll comment more about the injury. Let me talk about Buffalo Wild Wings here. I would love to give away some wings. Problem is I can't go hand these out. Somebody's got to come to me. So if you are here at the game or you know somebody that's at the game, please send them up here to the box just above the Rapids dugout. I'd like to give out some certificates for some free wings courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings. Looks like Barone, the catcher, is feeling well enough to get back behind the plate. Took a rough shot there, that none of us envy. And the count now 0-1 as Grandelli had squared to bunt. And that one is high for 1-1. Something going on in the stands. I'm not sure what all the hollering and screaming is about, but not a lot going on the field, so something's going on with the grandstand. But back on the field, we got a 1-1 count. Oh, and a healthy cut. Blows it right by him, and now 1-2. Dingler, pretty strong showing to this point. And Grandelli patiently gets a bat on the ball. That might fall in. No, the right fielder comes in and makes a nice play. Falling forward, able to make the grab before that one hit the turf. And 1 out. That will bring up Sundar, the third baseman. As I mentioned early, power hitter Big home run against Oneonta earlier this season. Sundar settles in. Dingler ready to go. Oh, that's a solid shot up the middle. No way an infielder was getting to that. Poked straight back up the middle. Nice clean base hit. And that'll bring up Norton, the extra hitter. He popped out to third. This was the play that the third baseman made right over here by the dugout earlier in the game. Hoping for a little better result this time. Ball is outside for ball one. Not sure if Kogut wants to send any more runners. He's been kind of unlucky so far on the base paths. Maybe he'll let the bats do the talking. And that one swung on and missed. 1-1. Sundar with a small lead off of first. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Outside again for ball two. And that one's low and in the dirt, and Sundar doesn't go. Well blocked by the catcher. Did a good job to keep that one in front or at least next to him, so Sundar could not get off to second base. But that now puts Norton in a hitter's count at 3-1. Pretty good offering here, but at the same time he doesn't have to offer. He can wait for one he wants. And he waits, he swings away. That one looks like it's in right center. And the center fielder calls him off and makes the play for the second out. That will bring up Hageman, the shortstop. Really versatile on both sides of the field. He's a solid defender at short, also a good contact hitter. Let's see if he can get something here, get some good contact for a base hit, maybe get another runner on for Moynihan behind him. Pumps one right in for strike one. Dingler not afraid. He's going right after these hitters. Of course, he's sitting on a 3-0 lead. He's in a little different position. Can try to pitch to contact if necessary. Right back after him, but that one's just outside for ball one. 1-1. Also outside the zone for ball two. 2-1. Watertown just seems like they're in need of a spark here. Ooh, he wanted to offer up and he didn't. Good eye, because that's now 3-1. Once again, Watertown hitter putting themselves in a good position. Let's see if they can pay it off. And that's a walk. Good eye, good patience at the plate. And that'll bring up Moynihan. The second baseman, he walked his first time up. Now got 2 on with 2 out. If Moynihan can find a way on base, that'll bring the top of the order up, potentially with the bases loaded or with a little different score than we have right now. Let's see what Moynihan can do here. Dingler offers up ball one. Good eye from Moynihan. He should be patient up there. He's seen a lot of pitches from Dingler. And Dingler obviously struggling a little bit with his control here in the fifth. And that one's outside. 2-0. working himself into a little bit of trouble here. Watertown's best opportunity yet with the bases loaded and a 2-0 count on their 10-hitter, Terrence Moynihan. Good spot here for Watertown. They've been looking for that spark. A hit here would do wonders for that dugout. And ball apparently that was strike one, so 2-1 the count. And now 2-2. Boy, that changed the entire count, that strike call. Maybe I had a bad angle. 2-2. Moynihan in a big spot. Watertown desperately in need of a spark. A little base knock here changes the game. And there's a shot up the middle. And it gets through. And that's going to bring in Sundar. And Watertown is on the board. Base knock from Moynihan turns it over to the top of the order. Diving attempt out there by the shortstop, but unable to come up with it. And Watertown on the board and still in business as we go to the top of the order with Licurdo, again with 2 on.
The center fielder, number 4, Nick Lefebvre.
Licurdo looking to keep this going. He's been a consistent contact hitter. Let's see if he can keep this inning going for Watertown. Lays off of that one for ball 1. Good eye. And ball 2. Patience at the plate from Watertown is putting them in some good positions here. Licurdo can pick his spot. And he lays off of that one, and it's 3-0. Dengler in danger of walking the bases loaded. Again, he was in one of these positions earlier. You don't want to necessarily give in to the hitter and give him a meatball over the middle of the plate. A walk doesn't force in a run, just loads the bases. Let's see. And he lays off, and the bases are in fact loaded. And here comes McCann. Excuse me, Jax Miller, the DH. McCann will be on deck. Here comes Miller in another big spot. Miller so far 1 for 2. Singled his first time up and then struck out in his second at bat. Now coming up with the bases loaded, and looks like Oneonta is going to take the ball from Dengler, and we'll see who they're bringing in out of the bullpen. In a big spot here, 1 run across already for Watertown. They've cut the lead to 3-1, and they are in a great position to put more on the board. Looks like warming up out of the bullpen, warming up who just came in, looks like Hubner, number 27 for Oneonta. Coming in a pretty tough spot. Just watching him a few warm-up tosses. He's certainly got some heat. Let's see if we can find the strike zone. Miller off to the side, taking a good look. So Christopher Hubner is going to come in here middle of the 5th. Watertown plating 1 already. Every base with a runner on it.
Now pitching for the Oneonta Outlaws, number 27, Christopher Hubner.
Hey, fans, while I'm waiting, I just want to introduce you to a couple of really great people. Actually, some of your compadres aren't here tonight.
Got to be be pretty close to the end of his warm-ups here. He had plenty of time out in the bullpen. So I'm sure Miller is seeing what I'm seeing as he's standing here ready to take the batter's box. Ubner's thrown, I think, 5 pitches. Has yet to throw 2 in the same place. Can't think that's by design, but he's been high, he's been low, and then just for good measure, he pumps that last one right down the middle with plenty of smoke. So Miller's had plenty to look at. Big spot here for both teams. Big point in the game. 3-1, Watertown finally some success. Had traffic pretty much all day without any payoff until now. And Ubner, I think, has found his comfort zone. He's pumped a couple in a row right there. So here comes Miller into the box, and we're ready to go back at it. 3-1 Oneonta. Bases loaded for the DH Jax Miller. Big spot, needless to say. Here we go. Solid hitter, pitcher with a lot of heat. Let's see how this goes. And he gives him that strike and quite low in the zone. That, I'll leave it at that. He called it a strike. Strike 1. Not doing the hitters any favors with that call. Miller now quickly behind 0-2. Amazing how much that first pitch call can change in at bat. 0-2, Miller's going to have to fight here. Ubner quickly up, 0-2. Don't know a lot about him. Not sure if he's the kind that's going to go right after him. He's going to try to get Miller to chase. Goes right after him, and Miller up the task, but rifles one out again to left field. He has been busy out in left field, and with that, the inning will come to an end. I don't think Koget's happy with some of those strike calls. You don't mind an expanded zone, quite honestly, as long as it's consistent. But when your batters see where the zone is and then suddenly it changes in the middle of the game, really tough on the hitters. With that, we'll head to the top of the 6th. Oneonta leads 3-1. Watertown on the board. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We head to the 6th inning. Day is done for pitcher Jonas Shear. Coach Koget has gone to the bullpen. He's brought in number 8, Eric Gudamu, to start the 6th inning for the Rapids. They've cut into that lead a little bit. Both starting pitchers now out of the game. Decent starts for both of them. Shear gave up a couple more runs. Unfortunately, by his own doing, had a lot of good at-bats, but those free passes came back to haunt him. But Watertown absolutely in this game at 3-1. Let's see if Gudamu can shut down this offense and get Watertown back up to the plate. We're going to start out here with the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Oneonta. First baseman Smith to lead it off from the left side of the plate. And that one outside for ball 1. That one rifled up the middle. Solid base hit right back up the chute. And a leadoff single for Smith. Turns it over to Pipersich, the center fielder. It's a second hit of the night for Smith. 2 for 3 on the night. Pipersich comes up. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. His first at bat, struck out the next time up. So 0 for 1 so far. And first pitch swinging and another base hit. They are on Gudamu's stuff early. And just like that, Oneonta right back after him. 2 on, nobody out. And that's going to bring up Burnsworth, the right fielder.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 1, Owen Burns.
Gudamu got to settle in, find a way to get an out here. Turns up the heat a little bit, but that one's high for ball 1. And then throws it right by him. Found another gear here. 1-1. A little more pop on that fastball after those 2 hits. Ooh, he made a little pickoff move. I thought he might catch the runner on second nap, and unsuccessful. Keeping him honest. We got a big lead off of first. And that one was very high. Pipersich is taking a walking lead as he gets into that windup, and he's almost halfway to second before the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. There's that walking lead and fouled away. Not quite as big a lead that time. Bless me. 2-2 the count. Oh, he wanted to offer, and they're going to say he didn't. Oh, what's the call here? Oh, they're calling strike 3. I thought he offered, and they did make the call. Good call by the home plate umpire. It was close, but it looked like he went past the plate. 1 down. Strikeout there brings up number 3, the 9-hitter, Miguel Rodriguez, left fielder. He has walked twice today. Gudamu checking the runners and then delivers, and there's a roller up the middle. Could be a double play, and the ball, I believe, skipped off the bag, and instead of a potential double play, they're going to send him home. He's trying to get home, and they might have him. Like the catcher drops the ball. Boy, they had him had he been able to hang on to the ball. Oh. And just like that, what a turn of events. Looked like a potential double play ball. I'm not sure if it took a bad hop potentially off the bag. I haven't seen the replay, but it bounced over both the second baseman and the shortstop's gloves out into center.
Now batting.
The runner never slowed down coming around third, and honestly, they had him pegged at the plate. The catcher just not able to hold on to it. And those 2 runs have now extended that lead to 5-1 for Oneonta. Still just 1 out here. That one inside for ball 1. So Rodriguez comes through the single, ends up knocking in 2 runs, and now we go to the top of the order with Leary, who has popped out, walked, and been hit by a pitch. And that is pretty solid contact along the line. Great diving play and right in left field. What a catch. Right on the line. I think that was in fair territory, but what a play. Fantastic play out there. I believe that was Grandelli. And it was. What an amazing catch. Stretched out right on the line. Able to bring it in for the second out, helping out his pitcher. And that will bring up number 14, Brody Raleigh, the second baseman. What a great catch out there by Grandelli. Great defensive play. Gudumu now with a runner on first and 2 away. That one's high, ball 1. Nice pitch there. Swings right through it for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Another high one. Makes the count 2-1. Gudumu has come in here in the 6th. 2 runs off of that awkward play over the bag at second base. Really can't afford to give up any more here. Got to get out of this inning. Another good pitch that he's unable to handle makes it 2-2. Watertown now a strike from ending the top half of the 6th and getting back to the dugout, putting some batters at the plate. 2-2 the count. Well, they make a pick off to first. He's able to get back in there safely. Into the windup, and here's the pitch, and he swung through it again. Nice piece of hitting there, and that'll end the inning. But Oneonta able to plate 2 more runs. They now lead 5-1. We'll be back after a quick break. Welcome back, everybody. We now head to the bottom of the 6th. Watertown finds himself down 5-1, but right through the meat of the order here, 3, 4, 5 hitters. McCann's going to lead it off as Ubner is back on the mound for Oneonta. McCann will be followed by right fielder Phelps, and then first baseman Perilli. All right, McCann into the box. Ubner looks like he's ready to go, so here we go, the bottom half of the sixth, home half. And pumps a fastball in there for strike one. And ball one. Nope, called that a strike. Not as emphatically he's been doing it for the whole game, but a strike nonetheless. 0-2 for Ubner. McCann down early. That one is no good. Ball one. One and two to McCann. Here's the offering. And he sends that one right back. That's in the gap. That one might drop, and it is going to drop. Rolls almost to the wall, and McCann in there with a stand-up double. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good piece of hitting there. Fell behind in the count, stayed on it. Ubner put one over the plate, and McCann gave it a ride. So they got a lead-off double. See if they can turn this into something. Next up is Bryce Phelps. Phelps popped out to left his first at bat, and then he was the one that ripped that ball the third that ended up being a double play. So he's had some good contact. And he's up there swinging aggressively right off the bat. Strike one. Another solid shot. That one's going to fall here in left field. And they're going to hold up. Smart play by Kogut. No sense getting somebody thrown out trying to score one when you stretch it when you're down four. Let's keep the rally going. So now first and third after the leadoff double, followed by the single. And that's going to bring up Perilli with two on, nobody out. Watertown got a little something going here. Next man in line. Keep the train moving. Number 18, first baseman, Quentin Perilli. Ubner against Perilli, and as we get later in the game, is starting to look like a bigger and bigger spot. Nobody out for Watertown. And that one's high, ball one. Swing away. That one's popped up, got half the defense over there trying to catch it. They collide, and I think somebody came up with it, but they're going to score a run. Heads up base running. Great catches. The pitcher and the catcher crashed into each other. One of them, I believe, came up with it.
Good heads up play, McCann. Way to go, buddy!
And McCann's able to score from third on the pop-up as whoever had the ball was on the ground. That's going to be the second run of the game for Watertown. So we're now at 5-2, one out and a runner on first. That'll bring up Grandelli, the left fielder. Watertown not going away. They're still fighting here. Another run on the board cuts it to 5-2. Grandelli, remember, made that sparkling play in the top half of the inning. Up here now, swinging away from the left side of the plate. Right by him for strike one. Nice play by the catcher. They might throw behind him and get him. They're unable to handle it. But it's a great stop by the catcher. Looked like there's going to be a pass ball. That's why the runner took off, and he was able to keep it in front of him. Rifled it to first, just unable to come up with it. Close play. That really would have hurt the Rapids. Lose a runner on a pickoff. But he's safe. We still got one out, one on, 1-1 count. A lot of ones. Let's see what Grindelli can do here. Looks at that one just inside. 2-1. Ahead in the count now. Ubner seems when he falls behind the count, he brings that fastball. Let's see if Grindelli's on it. There's the heat, and he was on it. That ball is ripped and caught just short of the wall. Boy, he gave that one a ride. He caught that one step from the wall. Nice play out there and right for out number 2. Ooh. Grindelli was waiting on that fastball. He got it. Just missed putting it over the wall. That makes 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Sundar. Two down, 1 runner on. Wow, he is swinging away, and that one's out into the, not quite in the gap, and the right fielder brings that one in to end the inning. So 2 consecutive pitches, balls deep out there into right field. But they don't find grass, they find the glove of the right fielder. That makes the score 5-2. We will be back for the 7th inning after a short break. Welcome back to the action here as we head to the 7th inning. Watertown now trails 5-2. Gudamu's still on the mound for the Rapids. And we're right in the heart of the Oneonta order here. Looks like the 3-4-5 hitters coming up. Roche, the third baseman, will lead it off, followed by the DH Hopko and then the catcher Barone. 3-4-5 in the order. Pretty important inning. The inning's running out on the Rapids. Really not sure they can afford to fall any further behind. Not able to put runs together in bunches. So important that they keep Oneonta right where they're at. So Gudamu ready to offer. Here we go. Swinging away. Strike 1. Fouled straight back. Just under it. Roche 0 for 3 at the plate, although he's had good contact. Not much to show for it. 2 pop-outs in his last 2 at-bats. That one called ball 1. One and 1 the count. Out ahead of that one. Now 1 and 2. I'm a little off balance, changing speeds here. That one's high. 2 and 2. beautiful night here at the Duffy Dome. Those who came out, I think, have been treated to a good show, good baseball game. Great day to watch ball. That one up the middle for a base hit. And Roche finally pays off for his first hit of the day with a single up the middle. That's going to bring up Hopko, the DH, with one on, nobody out.
Now batting, designated hitter number 13, Jack.
Pump strike one right in there. Gets ahead in the count early. And fouled away quickly. Gudumu ahead, 0-2. Not wasting any time going right after him.
Go Rapids!
That one high and outside. 1-2 the count. Gudumu works pretty quickly. Gets a sign, checks to first. And here it comes. Fouled away again. A little bit ahead of that one. Just outside. 2-2. Oh, and that's going to be a pass ball, gets by the catcher, and that's going to send the runner to second base. That one low and in the dirt. McCann unable to come up with it. So now a full count and a runner on second base. Again, not sure Watertown can afford to fall any further behind. It'd be good if Gudumu could find a way to get this hitter. Already got a runner in scoring position. And that's a shot to short, and they're going to double him off. Boy, great contact. Seems like that's the kind of thing that's been happening to Watertown all day long. Finally works the other direction. And one hard shot turns into 2 outs, and now the base is empty. Gudumu now is going to go to work against number 9, the catcher, Barone, with 2 outs. Barone with an RBI single in the first, 2 pop-outs to follow, so 1 for 3 on the day. That one's just low for ball 1. Gudumu, the beneficiary of some fortunate defense there. Hot shot right to the shortstop that turned into 2 outs. And I think he offered, and they did call it. So 1-1. Tried to hold up, but couldn't do it. That one's inside. Kind of a tough spot in the game right here. I'm not sure how well you can see it on the TV screen, but the pitcher's in the sunlight and the batter's in the shade. You got to think it's a little hard to pick up that ball as it goes from the light to the shade. And that one's low. Gudumu now behind 3-1. After that great defensive play, you hate to see him give away a free pass here. Should be attacking the strike zone. And that's ripped just over the shortstop. Not sure he might try to stretch this. No. Ball's brought in quickly to second base. The runner's going to be held to a single. Nice piece of hitting there. And with that single by Barone, that's going to bring up first baseman Smith. With 2 down here in the top of the 7th.
First baseman is 35, Eric Smith.
Nice pitch for strike one. That is well placed right in the bottom third of the zone. Tough to do anything. Pitcher can put it in that spot consistently. 0-1. And he's out ahead of it. Grounded to second and an easy force out, and that'll end the inning. All 3 outs made by the shortstop. And Watertown back to the plate. No further damage. Still trailing 5-2. We'll be right back.
Stretch time, so get up, stretch out, and send the ball for the 7th inning stretch. Tradition, take me out to the ball.
Give yourselves a big round of applause. Let's go Rapids!
Welcome back, everybody. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Watertown still trying to fight back into this, now down 5-2. They had a clean top half of the inning. Still have Ubner on the mound, trying to hold Watertown where they're at. Watertown trying to mount a late rally. We've talked about earlier the importance of this game. We're going to start with the bottom third of the order. The 8, 9, 10 hitters should be starting, I believe, with number 13, Norton, the extra hitter, followed by Hageman, the shortstop, and then Moynihan, the second baseman. We'll get a runner or two on, turn it over with some scoring potential as we get to the top of the order. First things first, let's see if we can get a runner on. We're going to start with Norton.
13, Mike Norton.
Strike one. Going right after him out of the gate. And strike two. Watch two go by. That looks pretty good right there in the heart of the plate. Able to get a piece of that one, grounds it towards first, take the funny hop, but he's able to come up with it, steps on the bag, and we've quickly got one away. 3 pitches. That'll sit down Norton, and he'll bring up Hageman.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 22, Tom Hageman.
Hageman 1 for 1 at a single in his first at bat and then a walk. So he's reached safely both times. That one inside for ball 1. That's rifled out to right. A diving attempt, and it's going to get by him. This is interesting. He's all the way to the ball. He's still not. He's just rounding second. He's just getting to the ball. I think Hogan was going to send him, and he's going to hold him up with a triple. Big spot. He thought about sending him, got him to third, and thought better of it. Nice spot there. Great effort out and right. Guy made a diving attempt, just came up short, and when it landed, it bounced right over his glove, rolled all the way to the wall. There's a little spark, a little excitement in the stands and in that Rapids dugout as we go to Moynihan. Haven't seen the official scoring, but I think they got to give Hageman a triple there. Right fielder never got his glove on it. And that's ball one. All right, so runner 90 feet away for Watertown, trying to trim that lead, make it a little closer. Still trailing by 3. Ooh, that's ripped. He was all over that, almost too early. Ripped it inside the third baseline. I should say outside. I say inside because it's closer to me than the bag. But a foul ball nonetheless. We're at 1-1. And again, shot to third, and this time that one's going to get by. And a solid base hit. Got to give him a hit there. That ball was rocketed. It did go off the glove of the third baseman, but barely had time to react. That was a shot. And just like that, 5-3, a triple and a single. And now we go to the top of the order. Watertown got a little something happening here in the 7th inning. RBI single for Moynihan. And that's going to bring up Lacurdo. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 pop-outs and then drew a walk in his last at-bat. Still 1 down here in the 7th. Watertown now trailing 5-3. Still fighting. Lacurdo pops one, and the runner was moving quickly, so he advances the runner. Not probably what he was looking for, but at least did his job, got that runner into scoring position. Going to bring up Jax Miller. Was up in a big spot last time, unable to convert with the bases loaded. Could kind of make up for that a little bit here with a base knock, see if we can get another run in here. Miller and Ubner, he's seen some pitches from Ubner already, so he should know exactly what's coming. And they're going to take a second to talk here. I think the catcher's going to go out, see if we got a plan for how to attack Miller here. They also understand the importance of this at bat, as Watertown's fighting and scrapping. Now have cut that lead to 5-3. Well, that was a hot shot to the third baseman. I mentioned him a couple times already. Connor Roche had a great day of defense, and you can't fault him there. I can't imagine they're going to count him with an error. I haven't seen the official scoring again, but that was a shot. He did a good job just to get a glove on it and knock it down. But it did trickle into left field, enough to bring in the runner. And now Miller with a shot to do a little more damage. Really impressed with Watertown. They've scored in each of the last 3 innings, fighting back. They were 1 point down 5-1. They've now cut it 5-3. Still threatening here in the 7th. Long way to go. Ubner shakes off the first call. Oh, Miller was all over it, but fouled it straight back. Almost like he knew what was coming. I think they've seen enough of Ubner to think when in doubt, guess fastball. 0-1. And that one's followed right. Oh, thought we were going to hear that. Thought it was going to land right on top of us. Just went over us. Oh, 0-2. Miller now fighting at the plate. Very quickly down 0-2 as he was in his last at bat. And that one's high. Able to lay off. 1-2. I don't think he's going to fool Miller. He's going to have to throw one by him. He was ready, and he popped it right to the shortstop. And that's going to end the inning. But Watertown able to scratch across one more run, have cut it to 5-3 as we head to the 8th. We'll be back after a short break.
JCC alumni there may even be title of mascots on the field. Boomer from Jefferson Community College will be here. We're anticipating that Blizzard from the Watertown Wolves will join us as well. Thursday night, the Amsterdam Mohawks are coming to town for a 6:30 game. And then our final home game of the season is Friday, July 28th. We'll have a grand finale show for everyone here. Make sure you come out for the final home game for the Watertown Rapids this season, Friday, July 28th.
Got this covered for the rest of the home games? Got spots covered for the rest of the home games? No, there's a Tuesday and Friday. Let me know if you need somebody. Yeah, Thursday. Well, let me know if you need somebody. I'll see what's on my calendar. I'm free Friday if you need somebody. Let me know if you do. If I don't hear from you, I mean, ready to go.
Now batting, center fielder number 32.
Welcome back, everybody, as we head to the top of the 8th. Leading off is Piper Sitch, the center fielder for Oneonta, and he's plunked, and he doesn't look happy about it. Didn't do a ton to get out of the way, but regardless, he's going to take his time getting to first base. So a leadoff hit by pitch by Piper Sitch. We'll bring up Burnsworth with one on, nobody out. Burnsworth, right fielder. Those outfielders on the corners have had a lot of action for Oneonta out on defense. Let's see if they can come through at the plate here. Just low for ball 1. I sound like I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to say the same thing I said in the the top half of the last inning. Important for Watertown to keep it right where it is. They're chipping away at that lead pretty late in the game to extend it now. And that one dribbled up the first baseline and foul. Now 1-2. Goodman ahead in the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner on first. Small lead, but looks like he's ready to go. And struck him out. Nice pitch from Goodman. Gets that first out. Well done. That will bring up Rodriguez, the left fielder, with 1 out and 1 runner on. Rodriguez has been on all 3 times today in that 9-hole. Walked twice and then a single in his last at bat. So reached safely all 3 times. Goodman would like to stop that after 3. And the runner's taken off. Squares to bunt and the throw is low. Should be a strike call, I believe. He squared to bunt. Nope, they're saying he apparently didn't offer, so they're calling it ball 1. At least that's what the scoreboard says. I think it was a strike, but I guess my opinion doesn't matter. Maybe the umpires are going to discuss that. They're going to discuss something. I feel like he offered there, but we'll see. It looked like he was in there pretty easily at second, so I'm not sure what the umps are discussing, unless it's that square to bunt. We'll see. Not sure we'll find out unless they change a call. Oh, they're calling the runner out at second base. I'm not sure what the call is here, but they're going to get an argument from the The coaches here on Oneonta. I don't think the second guy in second realizes it yet, but he's been called out. They're calling him out. He's just realizing now that they're calling him out. I'm not sure why. Perhaps interference? And they're calling the batter out also? I'm not sure what's happening here. They're sending the batter back. They're sending the batter back to the dugout, and they're calling. Are they sending the runner back to first? I'm sorry for sounding confused, but I'm not sure there's a person in the stands that knows what's going on here. The batter has been sent to the dugout for whatever reason. And apparently the runner has been sent back to first. If I get an explanation, I'll be happy to share it with you, but I really have no clue what just happened. The batter's out. We've got 2 outs and a runner on first. The umpire originally pointed to the runner on second and called him out. Then went to the batter and called him out. And then they sent the runner back to first. Well, I'll see if I can piece that together between innings. Right now we got 2 outs and a runner on first. And at bat is the top of the order, Leary, the shortstop. And the runner's going. This has started the trouble the last time. Skips one in there. Boy, that was a close play. Great play to come up with that, but I think he was in under the tag. That one hopper was handled nicely by the second baseman. Scooped it up and applied the tag, but he was in just ahead of it. So we got a 1-1 count. 2 outs, runner on second. Leary at the plate. And there's ball 2. Boy, it's not his doing, but Gudumu has had some interesting things go on since he's been on the mound. And that one's high for 3-1. Pitches seem to be leaking high here. I'm not sure if he's running out of gas or he's just trying to stay away from the heart of the plate. Regardless, he's down 3-1. And he pours that one in for strike 2. Went off speed with that one. 3-2. 2 away here in the top of the 8th. And he struck him out. Big pitch from Gudumu. And the fans love it as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-3. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're back a little bit early, but I was able to get an explanation on that call in the middle of the top half of the eighth. So let me explain what happened. So the runner took off from first, had a obstructed throw to second, apparently because the batter had stepped in front of the catcher trying to make the throw. So the call was interference by the hitter. By rule, the hitter is out, and the runner is sent back to first. So the only thing that kind of threw everything off was the umpire mistakenly pointed to the runner at second and gave the out signal, which looked like he was calling him out. That was not the call. The batter was called out. The runner was sent back to first because of the interference in front of the throw. All right, that brings us to the bottom of the eighth. Watertown still looking to climb back into it. They've scored 3 innings in a row. That one is popped up. First pitch, pop up to left. 1 pitch, 1 out. That was McCann, the catcher. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's going to bring up Phelps, the right fielder. He'll be followed by Perilli, the first baseman. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's been a change on the mound. I think pitching now for Oneonta is number 8, Sean Dertinger. Another off the left. That one is deep, just caught on the warning track. Boy, he's had a busy day out there in left field. He's made the first 2 outs of the 8th. He gave that one a pretty good ride, but in the end, it's just a loud, long out. 2 quick outs as we bring up Perilli. So Dertinger's thrown now 4 pitches, 2 outs and a 1-0 count on number 18, Perilli. Pours that one in for strike 1. That was a good looking pitch. Oh, that one falls in the top half of the zone for strike 2. Oneonta trying to make this a really quick inning. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the offering. And that one's fouled away, fighting it off. Fouls another one off. Shaping up to be a good battle here. 5 pitch at bat. He's fouled off consecutive 2-strike pitches. And that one he waited on, but he popped up to center. A couple steps to his left, and that was it. And with that, very quick inning for the Rapids. Oneonta marches them off 1, 2, 3, 3 pop-outs. We're going to head to the 9th. Oneonta still leading 5-3. Gudamu still on the mound here as we head to the ninth. I know I've said it a couple innings here. I might as well say it one more time. Imperative that Watertown and Gudamu specifically keep Oneonta where they're at with that 2-run lead. Can't let it get any further away. Watertown has struggled to score. They've scratched and clawed a few runs across to cut it to 5-3. As it is, they're going to need 2 in the ninth. So coming up are the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Oneonta. Second baseman Raleigh will lead it off, followed by Roche, the third baseman, and then Hopko, the DH. So Raleigh steps in. 0 for 4 on the day. His 5th trip to the plate. First pitch is high for ball 1. That one's low for ball 2. Watertown has gotten themselves in trouble early in the game with leadoff walks. Absolutely do not want to start the ninth that way. Everybody up to the front of the dugout for Oneonta. And there's a shot to short. Good play in the hole. Long throw and scooped it first. Nice defensive play. That's a long throw from the hole. And the first baseman was able to scoop it out on one hop. Good play on both ends of that. That is a much harder play than it looked like. Well played. We had Hageman at short making the play, and scooping it up over at first was Perilli. Great defensive play. One down as we take Roche, the third baseman. And he's swinging on the tough hop. Handled. And what a great defensive play. Boy, that's 2 gems on back-to-back pitches. A great throw in the hole to get the first out. And then Sundar just made a great play. A tough hop. The second hop almost bounced over his head, but he was able to react quickly, collect himself, and make a bullet throw to first. Wow, there's 2 great defensive plays. Two quick outs now, and Hopko, the DH, comes to the plate. 2 outs in the ninth. And starts out with strike 1. Gudamu pitching to contact here, and it's working out. His defense has played well behind him here the last couple of bats at least. And he reached for that one out of the zone. Going to be strike 1. Now an 0-2 count. And that one's high, 1-2. Goodman wasted one there. See if we can get him to chase. Probably settle in now and go after him. And he follows that one straight back, just over the grandstand. That was down in the dirt, but he was able to get a bat on it. Gudamu still ahead 1-2. Got him chasing here. And then he throws one right by him. For strike 3, quick inning for the Rapids. You can hear the fans pretty excited. One more shot for the Rapids as they'll come up in the bottom of the ninth. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll bring you the last half of the ninth. Okay, welcome back. Here we're going to head to the bottom of the ninth. Watertown trailing 5-3. Let me set the table for you. Dertinger still on the mound for Oneonta, looking to retire those last 3 outs. Watertown kind of in the second half of their order. We're going to start it off with left fielder Grandelli. He'll be followed by Sundar, the third baseman, and then Norton, the extra hitter. If we get any luck getting some guys on base, we'll follow that with Hageman in the 9th spot and Moynihan at the bottom of the order before hopefully we turn it over. So let's see if Watertown can put something together. A little late inning heroics here. Trailing 5-3. We're going to start it off with Grandelli.
The left fielder, number 23, Gaten Grandelli.
Ooh. Right after him with the fastball, and Grandelli was waiting for it, but he swung right underneath it. Quickly down, 0-1. And a little closer to contact this time, fouled it straight away off the top of his bat. Now 0-2. Dertinger not wasting any time, he's going right after him. Let's see if he tries to fool him with some off-speed stuff, or if he thinks he can throw it by him. He doesn't waste any time. Right back after him, just outside. Catcher tried to frame it, but it was definitely outside. I like the way Dertinger works here. As soon as that batter's in the box, he is ready to go. So when you're stepping in, you better be ready. No need for a pitch clock here. Oh, he sat on that off-speed pitch and ripped one. What a diving catch. A great catch. I guess he did have it. Wow, he laid out, a little slow to get up, but very nice catch. Got to tip your hat to good defensive play. Can't say how many good plays the left and right fielders have made really for both squads. A lot of balls hit to the outside fields today. So good contact. Looked like he might actually have extra bases there, and instead we got 1 out. And that's going to bring up number 10, Sundar, the third baseman. Interesting for Grandelli there. 3 straight at-bats ended up in the glove of the right fielder. Doubled his first time up and then 3 straight pop-outs to right field. And that's kind of in no man's land. We got 3 fielders and 2 seagulls out there, but the shortstop's able to float out and make the play, and very quickly we've got 2 outs. And the last hope for the Rapids rests on the bat of Mike Norton, the extra hitter. This really comes down now to the mindset of the hitter. You're down 2 runs, you can't end it with 1 swing. Your job is to get on base, pass the baton to the next guy. So let's see what happens. Outside for ball 1. Mike Norton at the plate. Dertinger ready to deal. I call that a strike. 1-1. That one is high. 2-1. Rapids to a man out at the edge of the dugout. And that one is popped up and out of play. 2-2. And Dertinger deals. And that's grounded to second base. Comes up with it cleanly and to first, and that's going to do it. Pretty well played ball game, but ultimately Oneonta comes out on top 5-3. And that's going to bring this one to an end. Watertown headed into their final week of the season. We hope they can make a run to the playoffs, but this was a pretty big one. Hopefully they can bounce back and put a few wins together to end the season. For now, we're going to sign out. Final score, Oneonta Outlaws 5, Watertown Rapids 3. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for tuning in to the Stream Team from the Duffy Dome here in Watertown. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.